I would say, not quite the typical period that we have faced in the past. So, yes, we recognize that prices of materials will increase, and that's why in number of major, in fact, most of the later major civil contracts, we have made provisions for fluctuations, losses. And we have extended that to the electrical mechanical contractors where there are large contents of materials. So you are right that we have currently made provision for structural steel and things like that, but we are now reviewing as well whether we should be extending that to other materials. As part of the review that we also looked at current ongoing contracts, and we have actually decided to actually allow certain assistance for other material that was not originally in the contract. So we have taken some steps, but for new contracts we will take a look again. So yes, we recognize that there are this risk. Unfortunately, it's also a case where it's also very hard for the government to just say that we proceed and then there is nothing to anchor where the risk undertake that risk. So there is a bit of balance. I would say that in some of the contracts in the past, for example, if you are familiar, a lot of our contractors who work on the Marina Coastal Expressway, the MC project, and the Downtown Line project, have actually benefited significantly from some of the costs that, the prices that were during the tender was very high, but eventually when the contract was actually being implemented, the prices actually gone down, and some of them actually have benefited from it. So it works both ways. Sometimes prices will go up, sometimes prices will go down. But when the prices are benefiting the contractors, we have not asked to recover some of the good profits they make. So I think it's a case of balancing that. But we do recognize what you mentioned, and we are also looking at which areas that we think that there can be some changes. But I also want to cover that because in LTA, the projects we do, we're doing on behalf of government. So there is the element of a budget that we need to get and make sure that the government, Ministry of Finance, is comfortable with the approach, number one. Number two, we are only one of the agencies doing such construction work. There will be other agencies, for example, our CAS building the airports, our MPA that are doing all the seaports, and we have PUB doing the deep tunnel sewerage systems, our power companies doing the cable doing. So there are a lot of other infrastructure projects going on. So if there are such arrangement, it also has to be done at a centralized level so that there's consistency. Otherwise, you have a contractor that works for LTA with one set of conditions, and then he works for another project and the treatment is different. So we also want to make sure that we do it in a way that is properly coordinated and as a matter of policy is accepted by government. So I hope you understand, it's because these are huge projects, but like I say, for ongoing projects, we already have started to recognize some of these challenges, but we're also very careful to make sure it's time bound and it's not something that is quite open and it's not change of account per se. It's for this time period where we are really having, we understand that some of contractors have this difficulty, and this is what we do to lean forward to help. Thank you.